This episode is a little different, no goal montages, just the decisions that will define our season, the transfers, and whether this squad is really ready for what's coming next. But first, I'm going to show you who was promoted. Bournemouth, Norwich, and Wolves were promoted from the Championship, so they join us this season in the Premier League. So they are must-wins. For me, they are must-wins. So let's have a look at the season preview, and we are... the media has still tipped us for relegation, which is absolutely fine, because we proved them wrong last season by finishing 11th, and still noticed there's a glitch on the players. Our average age is 24. Yeah, the players that we brought in our first season are still there for some reason. Very strange. And we're known for a working style that's mixed, adventurous, balanced. Nice to see. Never really read that before. But what we've all been waiting for is our transfers. So I've spent quite a lot of money, and we've received quite a lot of money, which is exciting. I've still got 2.86 million left with 17.5 of the wage budget. So I will show you our transfer history, and we'll have a look. I brought in a guy called Arne Engels from Celtic, who looks a real good addition in the midfield section. 24 years of age, a lot of caps for Belgium, coming in on a quite high wage, but I don't mind that. But he's had some good experience in the Scottish Premier Division. Look at that, very good results for Celtic. So 18 million, I find a good deal for a 24-year-old that seems to have solid stats for a midfielder and can play in midfield, playmaker or central midfield. So I think he comes into the starting 11 straight away. So I think that's real good addition. And because Burnley were relegated, I had a look at, I'm going to call him Q because I can't pronounce his first name, Q Hartman, a left back with some caps as well. He's our highest paid player, but he looks very good for a left back and brings a bit of experience as well. Been in the Premier League for a couple of seasons now and has spent a decent amount of time with Burnley and proven himself, I think, as another starter and a fine addition. Spent 20 million on him, so hopefully we'll get the dividends over the coming seasons with Q. And then we're on to this one. So Andre Santos, I got on a free from Chelsea. He looks absolutely amazing, and he comes in as a midfield backup. Got 2 caps for Brazil already. Has played at Strasbourg, Nottingham Forest, VDG. So yeah, a good option as a backup midfielder. He's like the Miles Peart-Harris number 2. So he's got some better stats than Miles, and yeah, I'm quite happy. 24 years of age, good, young, and can develop him. And I got Pierce Charles from Sheffield Wednesday, who got relegated as a backup keeper. He's a 23-year-old Northern Ireland international. Look at that, 26 caps at 23 years of age. So he's a really good backup, emergency backup to Sam Tickle. And Sheffield Wednesday wanted to loan him back again, so I've sent him out there. But he's had 3 seasons. I know they got relegated last season, but he's played 3 seasons in the Championship now. So a very good addition as a backup goalkeeper. I'm very happy with that one. 4.2 might have been on the pricey side, but it was his release clause with Sheffield Wednesday. Next is James Wilson, who looks the real deal as well. Striker option, 8 caps, 1 goal for Scotland. Hearts wanted him back, so I thought, yep, at 21 years of age, still developing, I'll loan him back out to Hearts and he can have another season there because they're also playing in the UEFA Conference. So having very good seasons, scoring a lot of goals. I think he'll be the striker that we need, as I was saying in the previous episode, where we need a bit of firepower, a bit of goals. I know I've loaned him out, but I think that'll do us good. I reckon that'll do us good in the long run, because if we don't score many goals again this season, then we know that we need someone like James coming in, getting us on good terms with our goals. And then next was Herbert Gurasi from Nantes, and we've loaned them back out to them again because they asked for him, and he looks like a good option on the left wing. And he's very young and can still develop, and has a number of games under his belt as well. And he's had a very good season. I know they're in League 2 again, so hopefully he can replicate that League 2 previous performances the other season for them, and then he'll be a good addition as a backup, I think. Next is Tim Drexler. I activated his release clause from Hoffenheim, and he looks very good as a centre back. He's like a replacement for Marcel Bafus that we lost the other season. So yeah, like I say, Nuremberg, he's spent a loan on there, and he's had very good, decent seasons with Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga. So yes, they might have got relegated, and I've activated his release clause, but I think he becomes a good option as a squad player and a backup option to Charlie Hughes. And then last but not least is João Rigo, who's coming from Benfica on loan with an option to buy, and we did a 1.5 million upfront fee for him. Can play across all three positions. He's got some good experience, and he looks like a good backup option to Philogene on the left. So I think that's another good addition. 23 years of age. I'm hoping all of these will pay off, because I know we're known for being a youthful squad, but everyone's got a year's development and a year's experience in the Premier League. So I'm really happy with who we've brought in, and we kind of spent all our money, which quickly went. And here's the confirmations of who's gone out. So Thierry Small, Wrexham came in for him, so 17.5, made a massive profit. Bakayoko, Birmingham had put a bid in for him, 9 million, 8 million profit on him as well. Rotherham wanted Patrick Utra on loan, so I thought that'd be good for him as another season. And then some of my youth prospects have come through as well, like Ian Holland has gone to Reading, Roger Wright, Mohamed Al-Zure is another good. I'll just show you some of their stats. They're looking very promising, some of these players. At 18 years of age, it's good to get them that first team experience. And Baba has gone to Morecambe, who are in the National League. He looks very good. All of them look really good, so it'd be good to test them out once they're ripe and ready. Roger Wright has gone to Cove Rangers as striker, so very happy to see how he does. Always interested in the youths. It's something that I've looked carefully at this time round. And Mohammed had a season on loan at Barrow and did pretty well as an 18-year-old, and then look at that, already getting some good experience with MK Dons in League 2. And next is Dave Bannister, who has had a lot of interest in him. He's gone to Gillingham in League 2. And again, hoping he can set the Liga alight. And Mike Lewis to Port Vale in League 2. So lots of good, exciting prospects. Like I say, we had some really good ones coming through. He spent the season from January to summer with Forest Green, so he's got some experience under his belt already, which is great to see. And then these are my ones to watch out for. Ozza Kuma for Salford. Could play either wing, but he was wanted by a lot of teams, and he opted for Salford, which is nice for him. And Miles Peart-Harris went to Fulham on a 14 million profit because we got him for free. And this is a striker that I'll be keeping a close eye on. 6'3", Ashley Wheeler looks promising as well. So he's at Fleetwood in League 2. So we'll keep a close eye on him, see how he does as well. So really good, promising players coming through. And Yannick Wagner, he went to Schalke on a 2.5 million profit. Good seasons with Rotherham, but I don't think he was breaking into our first team. And then Bendink to Sunderland, who are in the Championship, and one of the teams that are promising for promotion. So hopefully Ben can help them out and get some good experience along the way. So this is how the squad's looking. I'm going to have to fend off quite a few teams. Sam Tickle's wanted. Charlie Hughes is wanted again. as always the case, our star players, how do we keep hold of them is quite difficult, because people want to activate their release clauses. Because Saidi Peck had a bid, and then he rejected a contract from Union in the Bundesliga, and then people want David Martinez and Jordan Philogene. So yeah, the team's looking really good. Like I say, they finished 11th last year, so there's a few people that have gone out and a few people come in that I feel have strengthened the team. Arne Engels especially, and Q at left back. A lot of players, young players that are brought in and then loaned out again. I think that's fine considering where we finished last season. So I'm quite happy for them to go out on loan and then hopefully be able to bring in something for the team next season then. And our summer was in South Africa and we won 9-0 against Bay United. Golden Arrows 5-2. Stellenbosch 5-1, and then we played Liverpool and we only lost 1-0. Harry Kane getting a goal, still scoring for fun, and then we played Chorley, who were our local rivals, and then Villarreal, and we drew 2-2 against that. So good pre-season, and we're up against Wolves, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Norwich and Manchester United, or should I say Wolves, Chelsea, Liverpool. The first 3 games for August, and then September looks a bit light as well, but obviously we'll have the Carabao Cup come into play there as well. So yeah, the club's looking great. They're expanding the stadium, so we're playing at Ewood Park for a little bit. It'll be good to see how that plays out. A bit strange playing at Ewood Park as Preston all the time, but I think that's only temporary whilst our stadium gets expanded, which is a first for me. Never had that before, so it'll be exciting. And I'm not too sure if that's the planning that finishes then, or if it's the actual full construction of the expansion on the stadium. We'll soon find out. It'll be good. Exciting. So I hope my transfers are all good, and it'll be an important season coming up. Like I say, I'm not doing the goal montages. What I'll do is I'll put it into the second part of the season. So I think I transfer over to September and I'll show you some more that's gone on there, because the transfer window hadn't closed at this point, and I'm showing you here there's quite a lot of happenings elsewhere, like Josh King. It's just like showing you how much money teams are spending. I feel like it's getting a bit out of control in terms of some of the money some teams spend, and I just can't compete. And how much they're paying them in terms of salaries is something else I can't compete with. So I'm going to have to try and keep with the plan of the youth, develop, sell on perhaps, and get that money coming in that way. I mean, Curtis Jones, 59 million to Chelsea. And like the seasons before where they were some teams are spending hundreds of millions, like Liverpool there with 55 million, and then Man City with 79 million for Sarr. Good players, don't get me wrong, but it's just a bit hard for us to compete when we're not selling players at that value at the moment. So something that we need to just keep building on is establishing ourselves, and then making sure that we're the ones with the world elite players and so on and so forth. So yes, like I say, we'll go into the September part, skipping all the goals, but I will do a recap of how the games went on, because I don't want you to lose sight of how well the team are doing or how well they aren't doing. It all depends. But yes, Wolves, our first game, Chelsea, and then Liverpool, and then Arsenal. So we have top 3, top teams that we're playing there. So this is then the second half. So the transfer window has closed at this point, and there was lots going on. So Mats Hansen has left because AZ came in and triggered his minimum fee clause release. So he's gone, and he's gone on much more money. Herbert didn't like that he wasn't playing at Nantes, so he's come back, and then I loaned him out to Bristol City, so hopefully they will play him and he'll get experience. And Lewis Gibson, our last stalwart Preston player from the beginning, has been bought by Wolves. Went for 22 million. and he's on 70k and worth 50 to 58 million. So that just shows you, like, yeah, I don't know if that's because of his contract, but he's only practical signing. So the nice profit from them both. So farewell to them. Hope they do well. And then Lewis Gibson, our last actual starter from the beginning. I brought in Wesley Ada. I really like this player. I've triggered his release clause for 9.5 million. He can play defensive midfielder, and he's had some really good seasons with Werder Bremen. So a good addition and a replacement for Mats Hansen. That's where I was looking, because I was quite panicky. I was like, oh no, don't want to lose a good player, but you know, if he's gone, he's gone. So this guy looks the real deal as well. So hopefully it's someone that we can shape into our starting 11. So Jamie McDonnell will be there. And then Chelsea, we're getting rid of Josh Akampong. It could play along the back three, left back, centre back and right back. And he's an English 22-year-old player. I noticed that I am low on English players for the rules of the Premier League, so you'll see that the next two signings were specifically English players, and he's had loans at Leicester, Birmingham, Coventry, so he's got wealth of championship experience. So I'll have him at the fringes at the moment, just coming in, doing a job at right back, centre back or left back if anyone is injured, or if you know, someone needs a bit of a rest. But a good player nonetheless. I like the look of Josh. And next was Benjamin Arthur. So you may recall I had him on loan a couple of seasons ago. He's currently injured, typical, and we bought him from Brentford for 13 million, I believe, 12.75 perhaps. But again, he's a centre back, good experience, been with us before, had a very good 8 games with us, so hopefully he can replicate that, and he'll be another fringe player. Probably see if I can loan them both out, him and Josh, in the January transfer windows, depending on how many games they played. But yes, this bolsters my making sure I comply with the rules with the homegrown players, because I noticed that I was losing quite a lot of homegrown players. Something else that I got to think about, but that's fine. I feel we've brought in some really good players, and I'm negative in my wage, and my transfer budget has entirely been depleted. So I'm happy with what we've done, and the results are showing likewise as well. So no losses in August. So we drew against newly promoted Wolves, beat Chelsea 3-1. Really happy with that result. Then went on to Doncaster, beat them 4-0 in the Carabao Cup. Played Liverpool, 1-1 draw. They took them to being at 9 men for us to score, and Harry Kane again getting that goal, and then he went to penalties with Wrexham in the Carabao Cup. So we're through to the 4th round, so another good cup run for us. And then I've got a friendly against Linfield, who are the Northern Irish Premier League champions, and then we got Norwich and Man United wrapping up September, and then into our fixtures in October, which look a lot. And we got Norwich next in the Carabao Cup. So we sit nicely in 8th with 1 win and 2 draws. That's fine, and a nice positive goal difference. We're getting some goals this time round, which is really pleasing to see. Can we keep that up? I'd like to stay around 10th to 7th, maybe try and push for that higher finish. It'll be hard, but the team finished 11th last season, so this is a really good team, and it's been strengthened in positions. And there's a lot of Saudi Arabian teams wanting my players, and obviously it's hard to try and keep hold of them when we've got minimum fee release clauses that teams are quite happy to meet. So that'll be a challenge in itself. But I'm happy with how our transfers have gone, happy with how those results have gone, where we currently are, and I've got 15 players out on loan who are playing very well that I'm going to keep an eye on, because like I say, there's a lot of talent coming through, which is absolutely brilliant, because they'll be my homegrown players and homegrown club players if we ever get into the European competitions. So that is it for this episode. I'll go back to the next episode showing the goals. Take care. today. Cheeky.